We let pop champagne. Make you pop champagne. Make you pop champagne. I said, hold the baby when I did pop champagne. Hold the baby when I did pop champagne. Oh, the young when I enter the club, I did pop champagne. And when the ladies see me, they pop it, they bust their brain. I make it rain, oh, they go insane, oh. Make them forget the sorrows and pop to jolly while I dey make you pop champagne. Make you pop champagne. I said, bottles plenty when we make pop champagne. I said, bottles plenty when we make pop champagne. After 1 for the 2 for the 3 for the 4, some people stand to the second to the door. 5 for the 6 for the 7 for the 8. Nobody eats to the concentrate, cause I make it rain. Oh, they go insane. Oh, make them forget the sorrows and fuck to jolly while I the
Does Ruby have water to drink?
Yeah.
All right. Do you
Wait,
want
Mom.
water? Wow. Let's see what the family members are saying. 1 minute. Let's see what the family members are saying. Woo! Yes. Yeah, Joy is dancing. Queen is popping. Queen is popping champagne. Nangog is he said you can dance. I think they're talking about Ruby. Olawa Kemi, NurseAngel, you go teach me how to dance. Woo! Yes, I am so happy. I'm so excited. Honestly speaking, so excited. All right. So excited. So excited. I have another one on the stage. Yes. Oh, wow. Tonight is the night. Listen, tonight is the night. Start giving us thumbs up, please. Thumbs up. Thumbs up to the kids. Thumbs up to the kids. Please, thumbs up to the kids. The kids are watching, they are looking. Thumbs up to the kids. Follow me, say, nice time step. That's so I'm going to mute you guys. I can hear your mommy coughing at the background. That is a silly mommy. So this is Nofisat. Ruby and Lois. Nofisat is in our mind founder. She is the owner of In Our Mind Talk Show. Will you believe that? She said, "Good evening, Nurse Angel." Yes. Look at Rose Onuko. Ruby, how are you doing? Yes, that's your
I'm
auntie.
doing fine. Thank you for asking.
That's fantastic. And Treasure always, Lois and Ruby, Treasure always says she cannot miss In Our Mind Talk Show for anything. I love her. I love her a lot, honestly. Duchess said, really? I don't know what she means by really. Bukola, Bukola said, I love you kids. They said they love you, Lois and Ruby. So yes, I think we have to start because we don't have time. Time is against us. So I will always ask you guys to mute. Thank you, thank you. I will always ask you to mute. You only unmute when you want to speak so that there won't be like clashes. Is there any noise? Please, I'm asking my engineer. All right, so now we are going to start. Yes, before we start, I have a special announcement to make. Special announcement. This program is strictly for kids. I repeat, this program is strictly for kids. Therefore, do you have or do you know any child? Do you have a child or do you know any child? Please get them. Are they under the age of 18? That is what we call children. Are they under the age of 18? Get them to come and watch this program with you. We have kids lined up here on the show. They are here to talk to you about the topic of today, which is depression in children. You see, what I have decided to be doing going forward is I need to hear from the horse's mouth. Sometimes we talk for the kids, we talk for the older adults, we talk for everyone. How can we do that? Let us hear from the kids themselves what they think, because most time we are seeing what kids do, what the kids think, but I think the right thing to do is to hear from the horse's mouth. So tonight is a night like no other. Tonight is a night like no other. You are going to hear from the kids directly. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe another child will join. You are going to hear from the kids directly. So keep tagging. Get any child you know. Get them in to sit down and listen to their fellow children. I think then they can connect. So without further ado, I want you guys to introduce yourself. However, Ruby, you already gave me some things to use to introduce you. So I hope I wrote it down here. Yes, I did. So Ruby said to me that, okay, do you want to introduce yourself, Ruby? Instead of me, I should introduce you. You can introduce yourself. I can't hear you. You're muted. Unmute yourself.
Okay. I'm Ruby and I'm 11 years old. I'm in P7 and I'm in the UK base. I'm loyal, I'm kind, and I'm fun to be with. I don't like people who are just rude, being ignored. I don't like being ignored, and I don't like trustworthy people.
Untrustworthy people. So Ruby is in primary 7. P7 here, I think is like junior JS1 in Nigeria. She is in primary 7. She says she's a loyal friend. She is kind and she's fun to be with. She dislikes rude kids. She doesn't like rude kids. And she doesn't like to be ignored. And she does not like untrustworthy people. Now, Ruby, tell us what you like.
I like playing football. I like Gaelic and sometimes like cheerleading, like gymnastics. I love sleepovers and helping out with homeless people, like giving money to the poor and
Wow.
helping out with my family.
So, Ruby, what do you mean by you like giving money to the poor? Do you have
You
money?
know, like chokra, like when you say you want to donate some money for the poor, yeah, you can do that.
Do you do that yourself?
Yeah, when I
Where
go
do
to
you get
church.
money? Where do you get the money from?
Um, my mom
Oh, good, good.
and sometimes me.
Sometimes you. Fantastic. So this is about Ruby. Let me see what the family members are saying. They say, wow, lovely. Adobe said, no be for Niger, trustworthy people plenty. I said, no be Niger. Sean said, and Shegun said, Ruby, you are welcome. Thank you. I love you, dear. Udrak said she loves you. Duchess said, Ruby, you're so kind-hearted. I agree. Comfort say, wow, very smart. She is extremely smart. Family said, kudos to you, Ruby. And Isimi Tola said, Ruby, you're beautiful. Fantastic. So I'm going to mute you, Ruby. I want you guys to wait and hear from Lois. Lois, can you please introduce yourself by yourself?
My name is Lois Anna. I'm 14 years old and I'm in secondary school. I love being kind to people and making them laugh. I'm a very goofy, silly person.
Sorry, you are very waiting. What did you say? Huh?
Silly.
Huh?
Silly. Silly.
You're a silly person.
Yes.
I don't know
You
what
know,
that
fun. She's like
I'm
fun to be with. She's like silly. She's goofy.
look, these kids will not kill me. She says she's fun to be with. Instead of Lois to say she's fun to be with, she says she's a very silly girl. What do you mean? Huh?
You know, she's like funny. She's always like happy.
No,
You know,
tell
she's
me what she
playful.
said. Tell me what she said. She said, what did she say? Let me put this on. Yeah. So before we continue, can you please share the link? Share the link of this talk show on your WhatsApp. Share the link on your WhatsApp. Let me do that now so that people can connect because a lot of people are always on WhatsApp. They are not always on Facebook. So what I have decided to be doing is to always share the link of this talk show on my WhatsApp page, on my WhatsApp status. So I'll just do it within a click. I'll just do a click, share it. You know, I'm very quick. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I've shared it on my WhatsApp. Status sense. Yes. Good. Let me see if it's there. Fantastic. So please, whatever you're doing, take the link of this talk show, share it on your WhatsApp. We want children to watch what is happening because kids are going to learn from their fellow kids. It's not me. I'm not going to do the talking today. Let me see. I'm not going to do the Lois. A lot of people are asking. They're laughing. They said, "Are you for real?" In a good way. They say, "Mama is an old school." Yes, I'm an old school Duchess. Folami said, Sandy, you kids love. Oh, that's fantastic. Amma is a lovely girl. She's speaking Igbo. Look, I can't read the Igbo. And Boma said, Lois, did you say silly really? Did you say silly really? Or really silly?
Really silly.
Really silly. You guys will not kill me, I beg you. All right. So that is fantastic. The children, they have introduced themselves. So I will now go to the topic of today. Today we are going to look at depression in children, part 2. So Lois and Ruby, we talked about depression in children last week, and adults came to speak about depression in children. Today, children are coming to speak about depression in children. So before we start, I'm going to mute you, Lois. I want to look. I love the family. I like to interact and engage with them. So family, I want you guys to type, please. Everyone, can you tell me what do you think that they are here? They know what they do best. But let me ask the family members, what do you think that children do best? What do children do best? Family, I'm reading. What do children do best? They are wonderfully made. What do children do best? What do children do best? Chikazie said, wonderful. What do children do best? Having fun. Fantastic. Yes. You see, Ruby is nodding. Yes. Children like to have fun. What do children do best? Yes, we love you, Mama. What do children playing games? Fantastic. Duchess, that is amazing. Yes. Children like to play, as in 100%. Ruby is even nodding. Children like to play. And Charity said, playing. Absolutely. Playing games. Yes, of course. What do children like doing best? Yes. I love the topic today. Yes, playing games. Absolutely correct. Now, I want to ask the family, please. First of all, are they correct? Lois and Ruby, just nod yes or no. Are they correct? Correct. So, parents, you're correct. Now, let us ask another question. The next question is, what is observation? This is just from the blue. What is observation, family? What is observation, family? What do you think observation is? What is observation? Oh, I know you're like waiting for me to ask. Where is Ruby? Oh my God, Ruby has disappeared. What is observation? Mama said looking. Absolutely true. Observation is looking. Okay, they say playing and eating. You're still talking about children. I want you to tell me, what is observation? Emi Fair said to notice something. Fantastic. You hit. Oh, Lois is giving you thumbs up. Ruby has to come back. Absolutely, they like playing. Now I am in another question. What is observation? Boma said seeing. Absolutely. What is observation? Princess say ability to observe. Can you now define what is to observe? What is to observe? Chijioke said observation is trying to know your children character. Chijioke, you are going fast. And Lois is clapping. Absolutely correct. Observation is trying to know, looking, taking note of. And in this case, in this circumstance, we are referring to observation as observing your children. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Quickly, I will go to the next question for the family. Before I go to the next question, family, look at the next question I'm going to ask. Lois, can you unmute yourself? I've unmuted you, don't worry. What is observation, Lois?
Observation is seeing the small things that most people don't see in everything around you.
Jesus, you say this Oyibo children. These Oyibo children are so smart. Wow! Can you repeat what you said? And Lois, wait, Ruby, don't worry. Ruby, don't worry. I'll call you. Don't unmute. I know your body is shaking. My body is shaking as well. Lois, did we talk about this before now? Say the truth and share.
No.
Can you please define, without even looking at dictionary, can you again define observation?
Observation is noticing the small things around you which most people don't see.
Wow! Please, Lois, can you say it again? Say it louder. Say it louder. It's important. You hit the nail on the head. Bam! Can you say it louder?
Observation is noticing the small things that most people don't see.
Jesus Christ! Let me see what the family members are saying. Wow! Is to know when the behavior of children changes. Wow! Charity is screaming. Wow! Children can say, good job, Lois. Madeline said, good see you, my dear. And Zika said, brilliant answer. Listen, Lois, you just said what it is. Noticing, not just noticing, also noticing the little things. Wow! I didn't even think of it that way. I just thought of it as noticing, or somebody said to observe or to look or to see. What you see is noticing the little things that people don't usually see. You hello. The talk show is over. Lois just concluded the talk show. The talk show is over. Wow! These children, you're smart. Where are you from? I can't believe it. So, Ruby, you can unmute. I see you shaking back and forth, back and forth. Ruby, you know you're so famous. The family members love you. Can you tell me, Ruby? I know you're a baby, but what do you think observation is?
Well, yeah, like kind of the same thing, you know, just noticing things, all the changes. So,
Sorry. Can you say it again?
it's just like noticing things and the changes in people.
Jesus Christ. Listen, these children, why not do the talk show? Maybe I can keep quiet. I want to keep quiet so you can carry on with the talk show. I want to keep quiet so you can carry on with the talk show. Ruby, can you repeat what you said observation is again?
It's just like, like noticing things and all the changes in people.
1000% correct. 1000% correct. Let me see what the family members are saying. Wow. Oluwa Kemi said, you are intelligent, baby girl. We said, this is interesting. Honestly, this is interesting. Adora is giving you a thumbs up. Excel said, the kids are so smart.
Aww.
Listen, you guys are the smartest kids I've ever come across with. Cadillac. Oh my God. Boma said, correct, Ruby. They said, wow. Nangok said, this is incredible. I think this is incredible. Adobe said, education is the best. I don't know what she means by that. And because every other person goes to school. Rashid Dad said, these kids are super intelligent. Wow! Wow! Listen to what Ruby said. Observation is noticing things. And what again? Sorry, I can't remember. My head is not as smart as you.
Noticing things and all the changes in people.
Noticing things and the changes. Hello, talk show is over. Ruby just closed the talk show. Wow! Wow! Family members, can you see and hear what I'm hearing? Zeka said they are super awesome and smart. Wow! Noticing things and all the changes. That is exactly what I'm here to teach and to talk about. But you already said it. I think I have to keep quiet for you guys to complete the talk show. Now, the next question I wanted to ask the family is, what is the common causes of depression in children? But before we answer that, let me tell you why I asked about observation. I asked about observation because what is science? What is science? Family, what is science? Family, what is science? Good evening, Nasenje. You are just coming now. I catch you. Anybody that say good evening, they are just coming now. You didn't come on time. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. Chief, these kids, you will not kill me. What is science? Can someone define science for me? This is what they call beauty and brain. They say you guys are beautiful with brain. I'm super duper excited. Please, can you tell me what is science? They are super smart. Thank you. What is science? The systematic study of things. Thank you. Gomo, what is science? She said, Lois is clapping. Science is the study of life. Okay. What is science? Science is the study of living and non-living things. Okoto. Okay. What is science? Science is the systematic and organized way of studying and understanding the natural world through observation. That is it. That is what I wanted to hear. Science is observation. All this long systematical, non-systematical, science. systematic this, systematic that. How do they systematically do it? By, Lois, can I hear you say it? How do they systematically do things in science? By
Observation.
period, period, period. Let me see, Deborah, the systematic study of the structure and behavior of physical and natural world through observation. Period. So life is all about observation. Listen, what we are coming tonight to talk about is observation. I know we are going to talk about depression. How do you know someone is depressed? By
Observation.
period. If you don't observe your child, will you be able to know they are depressed or not? Absolutely not. If I'm busy pinging, doing this and that, I don't look at my child, will I see that my child is depressed? Ruby, no, absolutely not. Chijoke said yes. So, Duchess said, point to be noticed, observation. Please, in everything we are doing tonight, we will be hammering on observation. Now, let me go back again. Now, last week we brought in a psychiatrist, a consultant psychiatrist from a big institution and hospital to talk to us about depression in children. Today, we have children coming to talk to us about depression. So depression is not a common word. Depression is not a strange word, sorry. It's very common. Oh, I'm depressed. In fact, depression is bastardized, is overused. Even if I'm angry, I'm like, oh, leave me, Joe, I'm depressed. Oh, come on, Joe, I'm depressed. It's been overused. But when you talk about depression, people think about adults. Yes or no? When you talk about depression, people think about adults. Let me see what the family members are saying about the common causes of depression. Really great discussion. Okay, maybe before I let you talk about it, I will be taking every one of us behind the scene to play a video about depression. Yeah, I'll taking us out because I want you all to understand tonight. I'm screaming. When I want to drive my voice home, I scream. Because if I'm talking small, I'm not comfortable. I think people are going to sleep. So I scream to wake them up. Tonight, before we talk about depression in children, I want to re-emphasize the point that depression is not just for adults. Children also can be depressed. And to that effect, I'll be taking you guys to go behind the scene just for 2 minutes. I want to play a video for the family members. I'll be looking at your comment as well.
We used to think that children could not get depressed. We used to think that they were emotionally immature or cognitively immature, but in fact, children, and even very young children, can get depressed. All children, as they grow up, will feel sad. It's part of growing up. It's part of learning how to regulate one's emotions. But some children will develop a sense of sadness which persists. And it is those children that we need to be worried about. Depression is associated with serious complications: poor school performance, impaired social relationships, a recurrence of depressive episodes or depressive disorder as they grow up, And in the worst case scenario, the end result may be suicide. So the main symptoms of depression are feeling sad for prolonged periods and with worsening of these feelings, and feeling as if fun has gone out of life.
Parents and teachers are often the first to identify the symptoms of depression in young people. Some cases might be obvious, others less so. If children are visibly unhappy or uncharacteristically irritable for at least 2 to 4 weeks, with these feelings lingering or worsening, they may be depressed. A child suffering from depression may have difficulty concentrating in the classroom, appearing persistently irritable, worried, tearful, moody, or bored.
Wow. Did you see the video? Did you look at the video? Yes, family, I will read your comment. But before I read your comments, Lois and Ruby, I want to say that, like, I think at the beginning, I asked people, what do children do best? They say children love to play. Children love to do this, and children love to, eat and have fun. I want to say this to you all. Whenever you notice your child, stop reacting to things that they usually will normally react to for a prolonged period of time. Think depression. I repeat, whenever you notice your child, stop reacting to things like stop playing, stop having fun, stop playing games. When they stop this for a prolonged period of time, I want you to think depression. This is because research around mental health has shown that depression in children, if untreated, does not go away. I want to repeat myself. Depression in children. If Ruby, you're mingling and fumbling with your phone, I'll take you to the backstage. When it's done, I'll bring you up. So depression in children, if untreated, does not go away. What does that mean? When children are experiencing depression, that does not mean parents. Hello, I want you to listen to this. When children are experiencing depression, that does not mean you are a bad parent. No, it does not mean you're a bad parent. It does not mean you have failed as a parent. No. It means that your child needs mental health support. I want to repeat myself because this is very, very important for your child and also for you and also for the society at large. When children are experiencing depression, it does not mean mommy or daddy, you are bad or that you have failed as parents. No, please, no. It means that your child and even yourself need support. And we want to say this as well. We'll come to you, Lois. We'll come to you, family. I want this to be heard by every one of you because it's important. I've been reading what you've been posting on the page. And I want to say that I am aware, I am fully aware that there is a stigma. There is a stigma attached to depression. There is a stigma even attached to mental health illness. There is absolutely a stigma. And what does that mean? Parents are reluctant to seek for help because they do not want their children to be associated with having a mental health disorder. Why is it so? They are so embarrassed. They are so embarrassed that, oh my God, my child is going to be ashamed. They are worried my child will be embarrassed by their friends. That is not all. In the same vein, I repeat, in the same vein, parents themselves don't want to face embarrassment. They want to hide. No, I can't let people to know that my children, my son or my daughter is depressed. They want to hide it. They want to suppress it because they feel there is a stigma attached to mental health, and that is correct. That is correct. There is a stigma still attached to mental health, even in this day and age. That is why a lot of mental health illness, especially depression, which is so common, is untreated from childhood. And what does that mean? It aggravates and get worse when they get to adulthood and start resisting treatment. Anyway, what I want to say to you is that, please, if you seek for help for your child, forget about the stigma, because it's not about the stigma. It's about your child's future. It's about your child's mental health. It's about your own well-being and that of your child. Please, please seek for help. You will prevent years of permanent damage. I am so touched, because I don't know why when people are physically sick, they scream, "Mommy, mommy, I have headache, I have this, I have that," and they get treatment. Nobody judges them or attaches stigma to them. When children are physically unwell, the signs and symptoms are there, and parents run bam to the hospital. Nonetheless, when this same child is mentally ill, they cover, they hide, they push, they pretend my child is okay. No, your child is not okay. Your child is sick. Your child is ill. Give them treatment. Just imagine if your child is shivering and is physically sick. If you don't treat it, Ruby, what will happen if it's left untreated? If a physical health treatment is left untreated, what happens?
Like you could get seriously hurt. You could maybe even die.
Absolutely. If you do not give your child the physical treatment they require, they will get worse and probably die. Lois, can you unmute? If a parent covers up illness, mental health illness, like depression, and keep covering it, what do you think will happen to the child?
I think if the child moves on later in life and they have a child of their own, they'll be locked up. They won't know what to do, so they just bury it underneath, and they'll think it's all right. But their child will be noticing it, and they'll be projecting on the things that are hurting them onto their child subconsciously without knowing. And their child will be feeling worried for their mom, and their mom or parent, whatever it is, they will be struggling by themselves, and the child will feel like they're not emotionally attached to their parent.
Fantastic. I want to ask this family a question. I know I withheld this question for a while. Can you please tell me, what is the common causes of depression in children? What is the common causes of depression in children? Rita said fact. The more I talk, the more I get I'm winding up myself, because I don't know why people are happy to project that they have physical health issue, but when there is a mental health issue, they say is juju, is witchcraft, and somebody did it to her. Somebody did it to her. They gave her mental health. How? How? Mental health is not witchcraft. It is an illness. We have physical, mental, and social illness. Biopsychosocial. Bio is physical kind of illness. Psychological is like the mental kind of illness, and social is the homelessness and other things that can make you to fall ill as well. So what is it? No care. Exactly. Things that causes mental health. Fantastic. Family, they are answering. Children are here to show you guys what it is. These kids are so smart. Isomi Tola said bullying, homelessness, and death of loved ones. Yes, this can be things that could cause you if you for a prolonged period of time. Yes. Nangok said boredom, bullying, anxiety, family crisis, and poverty. Yes, you guys are good. Now, can we tie it to the child, please? You're telling me, generally speaking, what is the causes of depression, which what I'm reading is mostly on adults. But Helen, thank you. Lack of attention, thank you. Verbal abuse, okay. Bullying, I think bullying is for school. Okay. Childhood expresses family history, medical. Yeah. So we have medical, we have physical. In terms of medical, like if it's like hereditary, yes, mental health can be hereditary as well. It can be physical health problems. Yes, yes. You know, we need to know that mental, physical, and social work is intertwined. It's intertwined. If, for instance, you're homeless, you're sleeping in the street, you can develop mental health issue and also physical health issue. If you have physical health issue, you can develop mental health. And if you have mental health, you can develop physical health. Because if you don't treat your mental health issue, you will now start to not sleep. Sleep is physical health issue. You will stop eating, which is physical health issue. So they are all entwined together. Thank you very much, family. Homelessness, yes, but it's true. Homelessness can cause a child to be lack of affection. Fantastic, and that is true. Lois is nodding her head. Absolutely. Okay, I don't know what this person said. Deborah said, not getting love from loved ones. Absolutely. Ruby is nodding your head. Ruby, just out of curiosity, can I ask you, do you know or have you experienced depression, or do you know someone that have experienced depression before?
Yeah, I do know someone who has like depression before, and also I have had depression.
Wow. Ruby, can you tell me can you explain to us further? What do you mean that by you have experienced depression before? Can we hear you?
It's like you can be going to school and people could leave you out. You could
No,
just get.
sorry, Ruby, you're a very smart girl. I don't want you to say it's like, I want you to tell us a story. I asked you, do you know or have you experienced? You said yes. Now talk to us emotionally. Share not is like, tell us, how did you experience depression? Tell us.
Well, one day I was going to school, and then I just felt like I was just like, oh, I'm such in a good mood. Nothing can put me down. So I go into school, I take a seat, and then I noticed like these dirty looks from other people. And I was just like, oh, let me just ignore it. Maybe it's nothing. And then I hear them like talking about me, and I'm just like, and then I go outside
Ruby,
because I'm so
you're
upset.
too fast. You are so fast. You're making a lot of sense, but you're talking too fast. Can you let me ask you maybe direct question? You said you have experienced depression. Why did you experience depression? Why?
Because of people in my school, I felt like no one loved me. I felt like no one cared about me. They always just talk. People can talk behind your back, and it just hurts a lot.
So when you thought that no one loved you, did you not have friends? Were you different from them? Can you tell us more about it? What do you mean by no one loves you?
I felt like no one understood me. I was like the only black one in the class, and I just didn't. I felt like no one understood me as
So
much.
you were the only black in the school, in the class, and you thought no one understood you because they are different color from you. How old were you at that time?
I was like 10, 9,
9 or 10 years old.
or like
So
8 even.
or eight. Okay.
Just
So
my whole life.
when you felt like you are different, no one understood you, no one was your friend. How did that make you feel?
Made me feel like really emotional, but like
Sorry, it made you feel.
it made me feel really emotional, and I just like you know, but I just wanted to get my work done and just buried myself into my work.
So when it made you feel emotional, how did you behave? Were
It made
you
me
crying? Were you what were you? Did you feel, and what did you feel within you?
I was crying a lot, but like I tried to hide it from my family because I didn't want them to like just notice me. I didn't want them to struggle or anything. So,
Before you
and
continue, I want you to be loud and to be clear. So, my question again is, how did you behave when you felt you couldn't connect with your friends? You are the only black girl in your class. No one loved you. You are alone. How did you feel? How did you behave? You say you did not want to speak to your family members. Can you start from there?
yes, I didn't want to speak to my family members. I felt like very alone. I didn't want to like tell anyone because I felt they were just like blame themselves or anything. I was like, all I could think about was it when I was no matter when I was doing my schoolwork or just like going to sleep. I like it kept me awake.
Oh, you were not sleeping. You see, we said it. That a mental health affects the physical. So you didn't want to, you buckled it up. You didn't share with your family at the beginning. You were awake, you were thinking. So what happened, Ruby? Did you at any time decide to share it? Did you feel a kind of lonely? You started isolating because you said you were in your room, you were doing your work alone, and you were awake. Why were you awake? Why were you awake?
Because all I could do was just think about that moment. It kept like replaying in my head. I just couldn't get it out, and no matter how hard I tried.
Oh dear, listen. I want you all to please give Ruby a hand of applause. Ruby, you are absolutely amazing. Please, family, I will read out your post. Can you give Ruby a hand of applause? Ruby, I don't want you to be emotional. So I heard you. You said that you were replaying it. It was replaying in your head and it kept you awake. Is that, look, someone said they are sending love to Ruby. Felicia said, sending love. She's sending love to you, Ruby. Thank you for sharing your experience. In our Mind Talk show, is thank you, Ruby, for sharing her experience. So emotional. They say they feel so emotional. Sending hugs. They're sending hugs to you, Ruby. They are clapping for you. A lot of people are clapping for you. Comfort is clapping for you. Chijoke, I don't know what that is. Shay is clapping for you. Thank you, Shay. So, Ruby, I just wanted to calm down because I saw you reliving the moment again when you said at that time you were reliving the moment. What else happened to you? You see, Ruby, before you continue, I want to talk to you, family members. Most times we talk things in the abstract. What are causes? What are signs? Signs are sleeplessness, dizziness, and not eating, not sleeping, and feeling low. When we say that, we say it in the abstract. We don't connect with it. For me personally, I like to connect with things because I'm a realist. I'm an idealist and a realist. But before you become an idealist, you look practically at what is actually happening on ground. And I evidence based. So I honestly don't know about this. You didn't even share it with me at the time. But that's fine. We've always said it that it's difficult to speak out when you had issue. And Ruby just said it here. A lot of what we say, we are hearing her say it. Ruby, you've not been watching our program. We keep saying that people find it difficult to speak out. You said you buckled it up. You didn't want to bother anybody. And you said you were reliving it. You were awake. These are signs of depression. But again, it depends on how long. But let me hear from you again. How else did it make you feel?
It just made me feel. It made me feel really sad inside, It made me feel very empty. I felt like I couldn't talk to anyone because no one would understand me. I just like I didn't say I would stop eating. Like I would still eat, but like I wouldn't eat that much. I was just like taking tiny bites at a time. So
Listen, Ruby said she felt emptiness inside of her and sad. These are signs of depression our consultant psychiatrist came to talk to us about just last week. We also researched it. Signs of depression. You also said it here. Sadness, lack of sleep. This you just said it, emptiness. All right, Ruby, how did you overcome the depression? How did you overcome the depression?
well, I was at my home and I was just like still feeling really sad inside. But then finally, my family
Did you
just came
cry?
and they
Did you
noticed.
cry? Were
Yes,
you?
I did cry.
Are you sure you cried, or is it because I'm asking?
No, I did cry.
How did you were? Did your family see you crying?
Yeah. Like at
So,
a point they did see me and then they
sorry,
were like
sorry, can you repeat?
they did see me and
What?
then they just came up to me and were like, "What's wrong?" I was just like, "Oh, it's nothing." And then they're all like, "We know something's wrong, so spill it out." So I just started telling them everything, and they just they understand it. And then my mom just gave me a talk about how people can bring you down and everything about it. My older sister, she was just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I've been talking about it too." And then, but then Lois, she came up to me and she kept talking about me because she's been to my same primary school, so she knows what I'm talking about. So she took the longest there and she connected with me, like
Sorry,
electricity.
sorry. You said Lois, who is on the in the middle screen, came to you because your sisters, Lois and Ruby and so she came to you and she understood what you're feeling because she went to the same school. Are you saying it is common practice as well?
Yeah,
Okay, I will hear from Lois. So, what happened? How did you come out of it?
I
And
just spoke up.
before you tell us how you came out of it, how long were you feeling low, emptiness, not sleeping, crying? How long was that for?
It was actually for a lot of days, in my school week, just about I would say 5 days,
5 days,
almost a week.
almost a week, 5 days, almost a week. Was it when you went newly to the school?
Yeah, I was just feeling really down at that point.
Did you still want to go to the school, or you felt you didn't want to go to the school any longer?
Honestly, I didn't want to go to the school anymore. I just but everyone in my school, they lived kind of close to me, and they kind of knew where I lived because I went to their house and they went to my house before. So I just I just want to move houses because if I move houses, I'm kind of have to move schools. So
So you felt because your school, in abroad in UK, most people tend to go to school close to them. They look at attachment area, which is you need to go to the school closest to you, so you won't need to take a bus and train to go to school. So you said because your school mates, your classmates, were living around you, and they knew you because you went to their house and they went to yours. But at school, they didn't want to be your friend. You wanted to move house because you believe when you move house, that means you will move school. Is that what you're saying?
yeah,
Wow. So once again, Ruby, how did you come out of this?
I just spoke up. If I had to say 2 words, just spoke up.
Speak out! We always say speak out! So you spoke out, and that is how you came out of it.
Yeah.
Case closed. Case closed. Parents, please talk to your children. So, mommy and your siblings, including Lois, saw you crying.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and they started asking you. You said there is nothing, and they kept asking and asking. That's why we always say on this talk show, Ruby and Lloyd, we always advise mothers to please, please talk to your children. Ask them, how are you? How do you, he said, case closed. Princess is speaking out, is in the healing process. Fantastic. So, Lloyd, Ruby, I'll mute you and go to Lois. Lois, can you unmute yourself, Lois? Lois, Ruby said to us that you experienced the same thing, so you understood her, and you were one of the people that helped her come out of it. Lois, please, do you want to really share your story? Because what we do here, and that is if you want to, I know I've gotten permission from your parents anyway, but if you want to, what we do here is to help one another share our experiences, and we look for a solution to overcome it. So what do you have to say regarding depression? Have you felt depressed before? If yes, why were you depressed?
Well, I never really knew what depression was really, truly, because I always heard it and I thought you had to be like the point where you're crying every day on the floor. And I never really thought I experienced it until I started learning more about it in like school and the internet. And then I found out that I may have went through like a mild phase of depression, and it lasted about like a couple months. It was spread over a long
Wait. Lois, you are like, are you a consultant psychiatrist?
I don't know what that is.
I just heard you say you had a mild depression. Did you diagnose yourself to know it was a mild depression? How do you know that? You're extremely good. How do you know
I'm guessing.
kinds of depression? Sorry?
There's always like a set in every single thing. Like you could have mild, moderate, like really deep depression. But like I'm just assuming that mine
Wait,
was mild.
before you go on, family, just listen to this girl. She's like a psychiatric doctor. She's telling us that there are 3 types or more of depression. There is mild, moderate, and severe depression. And she said at her time, she was undergoing the what did you say you were mild? You were undergoing mild depression. Continue.
But as more as I like kept leaving it and putting it under, because I never really thought it was depression, so I didn't treat it like it was depression. And then over time, it started to get worse, more to like the moderately severe side. But I had no idea, so I just kept keeping it to myself. And I would have these like breakdowns where I just like couldn't keep it to myself anymore, and I just like cry in my room by myself, and like I felt so alone. But I always pray to God, and He helped me through it. And I also I started to open up bit by bit to my older sister. Cause like I didn't know if I was like close enough with my mom to talk to her about it, because I knew that she was busy, so I couldn't really tell her. But over time, my sister, she did get busier with work and stuff, so that's why I had to keep it to myself, and I didn't want it to feel like I was bothering other people.
Wow. I feel like crying. And let me see what the family members are saying. It said there is parents which are harsh on their children. Informer said, good topic, brilliant. Listen, family, I want you guys to listen. This is a rare period, having to hear from kids, because if I talk to you guys, it will make as much sense as children talking to you. Lois said she had a mild depression. I don't know the diagnostic tool she used to diagnose herself of mild depression. She gave reasons, and I agree. Her reasons were it was like not as severe. She was trying to buckle up. And she said, if you listen, she said it started prolonging for a prolonged period of time, and it went from mild to moderate slash severe. At that time, she started locking herself up, crying all the time, and what have you. She said she didn't know if she was close enough with her mom, who is my sister, to talk to her about it. And she said her elder sister noticed it. So, Lois, I want to ask you a question before we go into your mom, sharing it, your dad, not sharing it. What caused your own depression?
I think it was many factors that caused it,
Many
such as
factors.
study in school. It was like from primary school to secondary school because
Wow.
I had one good year in secondary school, but then there was just a time like it was like last year
Sorry,
around
Lois. I'm not following. Can you start again? What caused your own depression?
there was many factors, but I think it was more school and like
Sorry,
feeling left on.
when you say school, what do you mean by school? So school
I
causes depression. Is that what you're
no
saying? I want you to be specific. What caused your depression, Lois?
the school workload, the amount of work they put on us and expect us to do it, and then the people inside the school, not the school itself, the people inside it.
These people, can you explain what you mean by the people inside the school?
Well, some of them would be racist and they would think it's okay. And
Oh,
like, if you tell, it just make it worse. Cause like you think you could tell the teachers, but there's only so much they can do. That's why it's better to tell a trusted adult.
wow.
But like just how they would act and like leave me out and stuff. Although I did find my friend group that I have in school today. But it was just like the boys, how they
Lois, I want to bring you back a bit. Yeah, you're speeding. We want to follow you. You said racist. So can you be clear and more precise? What kind of racist act or language was used on you?
stereotypes. They would even say slurs like the M word to my
Oh, sorry,
face.
sorry, what is the M word? Can you say what?
N,
Huh?
N,
What's the
N,
N word? What's the N word?
nigger.
Nigger. They called you a nigger. Wow. What else did they say to you?
Stereotypes, and they made jokes about it and they would laugh.
Stereotype means anything and nothing. What is the stereotype used on
The
you?
stereotypes for black people, such as like bananas and
Banana.
like watermelon and just like fried chicken, stuff like that. And then they would make
So
jokes
when you
about.
say banana, you are likening it to monkey. Is that true? Is that okay? Go on. So they
And
say these words to you. They say these words to you. How old were you at the time?
it still happens till today.
What? What?
Yeah,
What? It still happens till today. What have you done about it?
there's not much I can do because if you tell a teacher, like it's not really like I have evidence of them saying it, and you're not allowed to record people in class because it's not cyberbullying, it's like in person. So and like the teacher never notices. So
Sorry,
there's nothing much I can.
sorry. I asked you a question. What did you do about it? You're telling me what you did not do. Yeah? Lois, what did you do about it?
Well, I have some black friends in my school, so we'd all like we and like there's one that I am closely with, so we'd always talk about it. And then I found that was happening to her as well. And another black girl my year, she's darker than me, and she gets like it's probably worse than me since I'm lighter. But like I feel bad for her as well. But yeah, we talk.
So Lois, are you saying to me that this is happening and it keeps happening, and all you've done so far is to talk to your black friends and you all agree it's happening to you? What else did you guys do about it?
Well, I would tell my mom about it and she would help me like to build the confidence. And like I am still like researching things to do, like about the stereotypes, how not to like take it to heart. Because if someone calls me the M word, yeah, I won't really take it to heart anymore. Cause like
Lois, what? So, they are working on you. But what about the school, the people that are saying this to you? What have you gone to teachers to report, to name names and report? Have you done that? I heard you say nothing much can be done. That is what you are saying. But the question is, have you gone to the teachers to say, this is happening to me? And all of you reporting, this is happening. Have you done that?
Yes, we have before, and also my friend reported before, but they just flipped it. The guy who done it, they flipped it around, and like my
What do you
friend
mean
ended.
by flipped? Please,
They flipped.
can you be
They,
precise? When you
they
reported to your teacher, what happened? Let's start from there.
So there was this video that my friend recorded with her other friend, and then this guy he got the video and he put a sound that said the M word on it repeatedly, and he put that on the sound and posted it. So that was cyberbullying and racism. What's it called? Yeah, and
Sorry, I
he
don't
posted.
understand. Who did that? Is it the bully or the person that was being bullied?
No, the bully, the many bullies.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Almost
ooh.
every white boy in my year says it, because there's not much you can say against white people.
What does that mean? I don't understand. What does that mean? I don't
Like,
understand. I
you know
honestly
how
don't understand.
there's like different races and stuff,
Yes.
and
Wait,
there's like
Nurse Angel can do something about, yes. Listen, I feel like crying right now. I can't believe this. I can't. This is not acceptable. It's not done. It's not acceptable. This is
yeah,
not done. Are you telling me that they're still bullying? They're still doing this? Okay. Before you continue, I want you to mute. At this stage, I want to tell a story as well. When I was in Ireland, I had my kids. I when we lived in Ireland, I lived in Ireland. So, um, my first son, Kobe was in, I think, JS1 at the time. I traveled to Nigeria. That was in 2013, 2011, 2012, 2013. I traveled to Nigeria to do some work. Then my husband called me to say that my first son, was being bullied by the head teacher, the principal of the school, was being a kind of put down. I didn't understand. I said I don't understand. So every day report. So I came back. I had to come back. That was one of the reasons I left Nigeria. That was in 2014, I think. I had to come back. When I came back, I went to the school. Unfortunately, unfortunately for the principal of the school, my son was seated outside the principal's office. I was, why is he sitting here? It's class time. I went in to see the principal. I said, why is my son sitting outside there? Oh, reports upon report. He is this, he is that. I said, what is he? What is he? My son was crying. I said to him, what's happening? Because a lot of, there are not much, all the black children, like you're saying, in the school we are leaving, the parents were changing. I said, why will I do that? So they said, the head teacher is a racist. That was what they accused her of. I said, I want to hear her and understand it. So I went to meet with her. She now started telling me, in the school bus, your son pushed somebody. In this, your son hit somebody. And I'm like, okay. I said, have you investigated this? How do you know it's my son that did it? He said it's him because A, B, and C. I said, I want to be involved. I want to see the outcome, and I want to see the report from the children that said it's my son, because we now brought my son in. I asked him, he said, I didn't do it. My son was such a fearful boy. He doesn't talk. He doesn't want trouble. So he was crying. He said he didn't do it. So I said to the teacher, can you the head teacher, the principal of the school? He was in JS1. I don't know what they call it at the time. So I said, can you investigate it? So during investigation, the outcome of the investigation was that someone pushed my son. not even my son pushing. So it's other people that pushed my son. And because there is a CCTV camera in the bus, and it was able to show them pushing my son, not the other way around. Then another investigation and another. So now my son now started telling me that the teacher, the head teacher, is calling him names, saying that he cannot graduate, he's not a smart boy, he will never go to uni. This, I said, no, she can't say that. So I put a record. I heard you say recording is not allowed. That is true. That is what they said. But I put a record in my son's bag, and I went to the teacher. So he went to the teacher. The teacher was saying that, and it was being recorded. Recording is not allowed, but that is fine. So I had an evidence of the principal of the school being recorded, telling my son he will amount to nothing. He is not a smart boy. He cannot go to uni. He cannot finish secondary school. And he is a dumb, all the nonsense words. We are thrown on a child of about 10, 11 years old at the time. So when I heard the recording, I went to the principal. I said, hello, ma'am. I have you on record. She said, oh, recording is not allowed. I said, yes, I know. But the media will get the record. The media will get the record, and they will read in the media that this principle is that they will just play your voice to a child. Because even if it's not allowed, it's okay. They will just say to me, oh, you did what is not allowed. That is all. But when the media play your voice in the whole of the media, and they hear a principal of the school say to a child that you will not amount to anything, you cannot graduate, you will never go to uni, that now you tell me. So she was shocked. What I did was to put a petition against her. I escalated it to the minister. I escalated it to the prime minister. I wrote to the prime minister of Ireland, to the deputy prime minister, who at the time was the minister for social welfare for children. I escalated, I wrote, if you see my letter, I hate writing, but I wrote about 20 pages of letter with evidence, words, dates and time and result, 20 pages. I wrote it to the prime minister, to the deputy prime minister, who was the social welfare minister, to the minister for children, to minister for education. I wrote and escalated it. I said, if they don't take action, that, hey, I will go to the United Nations. What happened? What happened? The woman ran and got her solicitor. Straight away, the principal of the school got her solicitor. I went and got mine. I said, I'm ready for you. We will dig this case to the end. She got her solicitor to say, I wrote things that is not correct. I said, I have evidence. I have evidence to prove my case. So let us go. What happened? The school directors, this board of the school contacted me and said, what do you want? I said, simple. I want this woman to apologize to my son, and all those words she used on my son, she will take it back. And going forward, she should never, ever say those words again to her. And secondly, I think I requested it from the school board. I want my son to be removed from the school because he's currently not safe. They will remove him from the school and put him in a very good school. So what happened? The woman that every day says she has connection in the country. Remember, she's a white woman. I'm black, I'm new, but I know what to do. So I wrote and escalated it, and the school authority, they were like, I got replies. So the school authority, and they were asking me, what do I want? I don't want anything. I want her to come to my son, apologize. So they now met with me and said, okay, how will they do it? I said, you decide. What happened? My son, that was not like, he refused to go to school. He refused to all those things. So they brought him. The principal knelt down She was shivering. She was shivering like this. The whole woman that they said she is an authority, she has connection and what's not, she was shivering. She said to my son, I apologize to you. I will never do it again. You are a smart boy. You will graduate. You amount to something. You are good. You are that. She started praising my son. She started cursing herself. My son was so shocked. My son was so shocked that a woman they all feared was apologizing and she was physically shivering. What else happened? They now sent my son to a very wonderful school. Guess what? When my son came back home, my son said, Mommy, do you know what happened? I said, no. He said, when I go to the school, the whole school stood up. They came out, stood up and gave me a standing ovation. That they were clapping for him. That means the whole communication went through to the school authorities to make sure they gave my son more confidence. So they said the school stood up in a clapping ovation to receive my son when he was stepping into the new school. My son came to me, Mommy, I feel like a star. I feel like a star. I feel I'm so popular. Do you know, I am in a new school and the old children, they clapped and welcomed me in a standing ovation. That was because I think my son also at the time that was happening, he wrote a letter to say he's going to kill himself as well, this and that, because he didn't like it. So when my husband saw that, that was when they called me. So yes, that is a true story. That's a true story. The principal of the school, I think at the time, she was suspended as well. So if you're telling me that, I don't know what you mean by flip and flap, but we'll talk about this outside the talk show because it's not acceptable. No child should be bullied in school. Every school in UK and abroad have anti-bullying policy. You need to pursue it for it to work for you. If you leave it and if you don't report, nothing works. If you tell the school principal or teachers, they do nothing, go to the principal, they do nothing, go to the board, they do nothing, go to the Minister of Education. Because this is not acceptable. It's not allowed. Let me see what the family members are saying. Nazo Victoria, he refuses. Oh my God, my son. Do you know that? Do you know that Kobe at the time was feeling low like you, always crying. But after the standing ovation, Kobe was like wanting to go to school. He said, Mommy, I'm the most famous boy in school. He was so famous till he graduated. All because I fought and stood for him. He was, according to him, I don't know what, he said, Mommy, everybody wants to be my friend. Everybody, they are all, when they see me, they scream, they shout. They gave me a standing ovation. I didn't ask for it. I didn't know that. So he feels so special. That's why I said, I want to be NurseAngel. This girl is crazy. Love everything about you, Fumi. Fabumi, I love you too. Your counsel. Your counsel, wow, this is nice. And Chin Talk today show is mind blowing. Okay, I think that is our admin of In Our Mind Talk show. So I'll come back to you guys again. You see, again, there is a lot of stigma surrounding mental health. I'll come back to you, Lois. Lois, so what happened? How did you have you come out of it, or do you still feel you're depressed?
Well, I think it's gotten way better than it was before because there was a time where I was having like mini panic attacks, but I didn't know they're
Hold on. She said at a stage it was really for you to start having panic attacks. Can you tell us what that was, please?
It was really weird. It was different than the ones I saw on the show because those ones are more severe. They like shake and they can't breathe and they're on the floor, they're panicking. But like the one I had, I was in my room and like I was just trying to go to bed, but then every like 5 seconds, I kept shaking and twitching, and that was keeping me awake. And I didn't know how to stop it. And it went on for two full days, and I didn't know what to do about it. And then it kept like going away and coming back until after like December.
What's December? Last December.
Yeah.
Jesus. So how did you come out of? So tell me more about the symptoms, because I didn't even ask you. You said you were having panic. That is almost a severe kind of depression. For you to get into a panic attack stage. What else, please?
I was shaking. I couldn't sleep at
So you
night.
were anxious.
Yeah. But
Wow.
I didn't want to like self-diagnose myself and start saying, "Oh, I have this, I have that," so people think I'm doing it for attention. That's why I didn't really tell anyone. And even at school, it started to get bad. I would get like before the panic attacks, I was getting 8 hours of sleep, but I'd still go to school and I'd be tired. I'd be falling asleep in all my classes.
So you were feeling tired, and tiredness is one of the symptoms. Without doing much, you were sleeping, and yet you feel tired and probably exhausted. Can you go on, please?
Yeah, and at school, I would even notice it myself. I'd be sitting there, and I know I'm usually like a jumpy person, and like everyone always says I'm so energetic. But
Yes.
now they said, "What happened to you, Liz? Are you okay?" And I just be like, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just tired." And they'd be like, "Oh." And then my closest friend at the school, she's like, "Are you okay, bro? Because you've been acting weird lately." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know what it is."
Okay. I want to talk to the family. There is important points Lois is making. Lois, you see, sometimes we have symptoms. We know we've discussed a lot of this. Today is a practical aspect of depression. I did, wow, I'm so happy. Listen, most times people will say, oh, lack of energy, I'm not playing, not eating. There are some people that don't normally like to play. You know, there are a lot of all this sadness, feeling irritable, not wanting to play. A lot of children go through that phase. But again, if there are some people also that are known not to like to eat, so that does not mean they are depressed. No. And at this stage, I want to say to you that we have a lot of signs and symptoms, but that does not necessarily mean that these people are depressed. No. The only thing you need to know is that when these symptoms, like you have lack of energy, lack of sleep, feeling low, and a whole lot of other things. These are individual signs and symptoms. When the signs and symptoms are up to 6 of them happening to you at the same time, you can look at it more as a syndrome. And that is when you start getting worried. There's something I wanted to say that you mentioned. Oh, wow. There's something I stopped you to say, but I started deviating. You know, I deviate a lot. You said something that struck me, Lois. Wow, what was it again?
Was it the panic attack?
No, you said the panic attack, and you say you go to school. Yes, yes. You go to school. Now, you used to be a jumpy person. Yes, you used to be very jumpy. You used to be a jumpy person, and I will play one of your jumpy videos here. That when you, yes, I will play one of your jumpy videos. And you said you now changed. You stopped being jumpy, your behavior changed. That is when you can say this person is actually feeling depressed. Because as I said, most times you can see people that this is how they are. They are not jumpy. They're always alone and feeling like this. They're always by themselves. That is how they are. So when you see that sign, that doesn't mean they are depressed. But when you say someone is depressed, is when they stop doing what they usually do for a prolonged period of time. And you that used to be jumpy, you started withdrawing and withholding. Your friends even noticed it. And they started saying, even your friends started asking, what is wrong with you? That is when you can say, this person, there's something wrong with them. Let's look into it. Wow. I want parents, always pay attention to your children's behavior. When they stop doing things that they usually do and stop enjoying things they usually normally enjoy for a very prolonged period of time, start asking questions. Sometimes, like she said, she couldn't speak to the mom. So go on, darling.
What specifically do you want me to talk about?
I want you to say, how did you come out of it?
Oh, gradually it was but like before it was the time leading up into my exams. I don't know why, but like the feeling of like the exams, like I've done many exams before. That's why I was confused. I was so worried. I was like, why am I feeling this way? And I was studying, so I was like, why am I feeling this way? But like everything that like just like that has been happening, it just all started to tie into that time, and I'd be shaking. And then there was a time for like
What
a
was when
week,
you started having the panic attacks?
and I didn't even know that it was it. But I just like said it was that because I searched it up because I was like that scared, and like it was really affecting my performance in class and
What did
school.
we say? Depression can cause low grades. It causes anxiety. You were anxious. You were anxious because you wanted to pass, but you know, because you're low, you didn't have the energy. You used to be jumpy. You were no longer jumpy. Continue. Let me quickly post this your video. Continue, darling.
But
Continue.
I would never wish that on anyone, even the person I hated, because like every time I tried to study, because my mom told me to study and I'd feel better, and every time I tried to study, I just start shaking and it just disturbed everything I'd done, and I couldn't eat for a couple of days. Like I just lost my appetite completely. Like whenever I saw food, I felt like throwing up, although I was hungry. So I had to eat very
Wow.
light stuff like fruit and
Wow.
stuff, and mostly
Wow.
like smoothies.
Wow. Go on. Go
Because
on.
all of that stuff.
Wow.
But
Wow.
gradually started talking to my mum because she saw it, and there was a time where I cried, and then my mum heard it, and then I went downstairs to get my phone, and the mum said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Oh, I hit my head," and she said, "That wasn't a cry for pain. That was an emotional cry." I was like, "How did you know?"
Wow. Wow. Wow.
We used to think
Sorry, I'm looking for your video. Family, I want to play the video of this young lady to show you all that she used to be a very, very um jumpy girl. Truly, she was very jumpy. I never knew she would say this story. So I want to, yes. So family, at this stage, at this juncture, I will take us out of the stage as usual. I want to show you Lois. Lois is a natural jumpy girl. She's someone that is very athletic, very energized, high energy, high performance. And hearing what she's saying to me now, I feel bad. I'll take myself out. Watch this video. The person you see somersaulting up and down is Lois.
Do you understand the formula? Girl, I'm addicted to you. I don't know what you did to me. On my way till you give me trouble. I don't mind till they come, they go. Everywhere you're so beautiful. Baby girl, there is something about you. And I'm off to the doctor about you.
Okay. Lois, that was Lois. Family, let me read your story. That was Lois. That was Lois. Jumpy, jumpy. So when she said she's jumpy, yes, she is. She is absolutely jumpy, jumpy. For her to sit here and tell me that she started having panic attacks, I think, Lois, you are very, very depressed. And I remember, Lois, as I was speaking to you today, you said something. I said, that is being negative. Were you becoming negative, Lois? Is it part of what you started doing to yourself?
Yeah, I think that was like a very, very, very early stage, but I wouldn't call it depression. I just say I was like self-conscious and insecure because of the people around me, and like I needed to stop surrounding myself with those people because it wasn't doing me any good. Like they'd say stuff, they'd call me ugly, and like I
Oh,
started to believe it because when you hear one thing
I
about
heard
yourself.
you say that. Thank you. That was what you said. When I said to you, "Are you coming out?" You said you're ugly. I said that is negative. So yes, that means you still use the word still today. All
But
right.
I think it's kind of like built into me to think that way. And like it may take a while to like change it because of what people have said.
All
So
right.
words do have an effect.
Absolutely. Listen, I don't want to hear more again before I break down myself. You said it all, that it will take a long time. And yes, we just said it here, that depression, if untreated, in a long period of time, will get worse. It will never get better. You see, Lois was crying, and Ruby on her own side said she was crying and she got help. Now you said you almost like buckled up. And parents, before I continue, I want to say, please, parents, always teach your children. Always talk to your children. Listen to them. Observe. We started by talking about observation. We started by talking about observation. Observe your children. Parents, look at your children. You see, these kids are going through a lot. They don't want to share it. Look at Lois sitting here as a child in UK. She knows a helpline. Ruby, do you want to talk to me about the helpline for kids experiencing things like this? Lois, you're laughing. Let's hear from Ruby, then we'll hear from you. There is a million facilities to help children, but yet some children still don't talk. I want to repeat, I'm shocked. I am shocked to hear both of you saying this to me because there is a million facilities out there to help children. Child helpline 999 111 222 33. There are lots of support. Let me hear from you, Ruby. Talk to me
So
about the helpline.
So there is this helpline. It's called Childline, and you can go on it, and it's very good. And here's the number. But I also use this like type of action to show you, and just in case I forget or anything, it goes like 0800 1111, and the actual one is called just 0800 1111. It's very easy to remember, and you can go on it. And there's also like a website for it, and you can just type in Childline on it, I think, and then it'll just pop up. And then there's all these websites, and you don't even have to call them if you really want to. You can also text them, but there's also games on it, so you don't always have to go there if you just need help. If you're bored or anything, you can just go on there. It's very good for children, and it's very nice to do. So I highly recommend it. Only if you want to do it. That's all. It's up your option, and they're open at every time, like any time of the day, 24/7. So
24/7, and they have a website, they have a text phone, and they have a phone line. Have you used the child helpline? You just said 008 this 11111. Have you called it before? You know it. That's one good thing. Have you used it?
yeah,
What
I
do
haven't
you use
really
it?
used that much because like I just have my family for that. But if they're not here, I
Oh, you're
will
so
use
fast.
it.
You're so fast. Have you used it, Lois and Ruby?
No, I haven't. But if like my family are out, because I have my family for that. If my family are out or anything, I might use it. So.
Okay, thank you. You can
Oh,
mute.
also
Lois,
one more thing. One more
okay.
thing. You don't
Don't
have to
mention
use it
names.
for
Don't mention names. Just say your friend because we didn't seek their permission. Go on. One of your friends did what?
what?
Go on. Go on. What you said? One of your friends.
No, like one other thing.
Oh, one other thing. Okay, go on.
It doesn't have to be big things that are really important. It can be tiny things like, oh, I'm struggling with this. I'm scared of this. They'll just give you lots of advice. You'll just feel probably more confident with yourself. So.
Okay, thank you very much. Lois, you can mute. Lois, unmute. When I talked about we have a lot of support network to help children, you were saying yes, yes, yes. Do you want to tell me? Ruby has said a lot about the child line. Have you used it yourself, Lois? Do you know about it, and have you used it?
In schools they are like understanding more about the child line, so they tell us in assembly about it, but I never really like I didn't really think to like use it because it kind of went out of my mind. But like what's it called, I have like my older sister, and like I know she's like, after she told me that she's experienced some stuff of her own, because like everyone goes through their own things, I talked to her, and like she really helped me like get through it. And like I never realized how much what's it called, she would understand me, and like she helped me as long as like my mom as well.
Oh, as if you know, as if you're in trouble, as if you know. I wanted to ask about your mom because I heard you talk about talking to your friends, talking to your sister. Have you spoken to your mom about this?
Yeah, one time when my mom saw me break down, and like a whole thing happened, and like
Sorry, tell us what the breakdown was. I need you to tell us, so we need to understand. Tell us, what was the breakdown?
I would tell my mom that like I was like struggling and stuff, but like I think she kind of thought I wasn't being serious, cause like maybe I do whatever, but like I don't know how I look on the like out to other people. But like I told, like there was this time where I just started crying, and my mom had to comfort me because she was the only one there, and she heard me. And then she started telling me, when I was telling her my problems, she was also telling me her problems, and I heard her story as well, and that made me feel more comfortable to tell her stuff. So I didn't really need the child line.
Oh dear me, you need the child line. You need the child line. The story you told me is too much. And today, when I called you and asked you, can you join? You said no, you're ugly. And you just, I didn't, I said that is negative. Did I say that to you or not?
Yes,
I
you
said that
always
is
do.
negative to say about yourself. Can you stop it? And I honestly did not dig deeper, but you just came here to say that people say you're ugly and you believe them. That is why you're using it for yourself.
Uh, but there
I,
are times where you feel more like uglier. I don't know what other word to use, but there are times where you use like you feel more uglier than you do. Like sometimes when I have my natural hair, I don't feel as nice as I would with braids, or if
that's
I'm wearing
different.
this.
That is different. But listen, um, Lois, thank you very much. And parents, I want to say that depression is in children. Depression in children is a very, very serious mental health issue, and it has significant impact. It has significant impact in their emotional well-being. Look at them. Look at you. How you feel, oh, I'm ugly, this. It has significant impact in their emotional well-being. It can affect their academic performance. Look at Lois having panic attack. Why do you think you are having panic attack, Lois? Why do you think you're having panic attack? Can you unmute and talk?
I think it was just the people that was around me, and I was surrounding myself with them, and they them saying all that stuff. I thought I could like ignore it, but subconsciously it was going onto my head. I didn't even realize until I talked to you that you said I was using negative words on myself, because I would just say them without thinking about it.
When I heard you today, Lois, can you appear? No, because I'm ugly. I said, what? How can you say that negative word to yourself? I'm sorry, I should have asked more because it was almost time to start. I said, Lois, come. It was, you came so late. I said, come quickly. You just came and we started quickly. And in fact, you didn't even come because we were at the backstage when we started. So I hear you, Lois. And I want to repeat again, parents, listen to your children. Depression is not just for adults. I want you to hear me. Depression is not for adults. It also impacts children, and it's a serious mental health concern that has significant impact. It has significant impact on an emotional well-being of a child, on the academic performance, and their social relationships. It also have effect and impact on the overall quality of a child's life. Please, parents, let's not assume our children are too young. Oh, they are young. Oh, they are young. No, it affects children. It also affects children too. Undiagnosed depression, just like my lovely Lois is saying, can if it's not treated, it can cause a whole lot of things. Look, she has started having panic attack. I think it's time. We need to know when to seek for help. I know that for depression, the first stage, she just said here, oh, there is mild and moderate and severe. I was like, how do you know that? She said, because it happened to me. It started from mild and now it's severe, is moderate to severe. How did you know that? I'm having panic attack. That is so severe. That is when you start having anxiety, panic attack, prolonged period of depression or sadness, emptiness. It's important to seek for medical attention right now, Lois. I will ensure that you get the medical attention. I will ensure that the issue that is causing this depression is stopped. You are not supposed to be bullied. You're going to school to learn. You're not going to school to be bullied. I will ensure you get, because if this thing is not treated, I just spoke to you, come, you say, I'm ugly, I'm this, and you just said it, you're not negative about yourself, because this thing is not getting into you. Next thing, it will disrupt your activity, your daily activity. I want to show you guys again. I want to show you Lois before. I want you to look at it. You don't need to go out. I want you to look at Lois. Look at this lively, jumpy girl and look at her story right now.
Do you understand the formula?
Lois, that is what you are. That is who you are. So when there is changes from who you used to be, it's serious. I want to say, we don't need to start saying signs and symptoms. You've said it all. You've said it all. And right now, it's before you know it, you will start, you that is a brilliant girl, you will start getting post-school performance. You will start your social life. You that used to want to play with everything and everybody, you carry children, you're happy, you will start having impaired social relationship. Next thing, you will now have a long, prolonged period of sadness, which you said you started having. Before you know it, you start feeling suicidal. Can I ask you, have you felt suicidal before, Lois?
There was a time where because I remember I heard the story about, she wasn't close to me though, but my friend's friend, she committed suicide. And there was another person last year, this year, her friend committed suicide again, another person, 2 people, and they're crying about it in school. And that probably affected them as well because of depression and what they're going through and their home life and stuff like that.
Hey, I hear you talk about other friends of yours committing suicide. My question again to you is, are you feeling suicidal? Before you answer, I want to talk to parents. One thing I know we don't do, we don't ask, oh, you can't, suicide is bad. You can't ask. Listen, ask. Ask. If you ask, you can prevent suicide. People think when you ask somebody, are you feeling suicidal? It puts it in their head and they want to be. No. That person, if they are truly feeling suicidal and you ask them, and they say yes or no, or you keep asking, they will be able to share with you. And you will maybe you talk them out of it, or it's time for treatment. It's important to ask. Many things we do it the other way around. Oh, I can't ask them. If you want to ask, don't ask my child. You will teach them. You're not teaching them. You're asking. Lois, I want to ask you again. Have you felt suicidal before?
Yes, there was a time I thought about it, but I always knew that I would never actually do it because that thought of like your parents like finding out that their child died and like they weren't good enough, and like I don't think I could ever do that because I have the Lord, and like the fact that He like gave me
How
life
did
and
it- Okay, go on, go on.
yeah, and like the fact I have the Lord and like by my side, I don't think I could ever just like end my life like that. So that's why I've never done that. And even my friend, she told me that there was a time she thought about it as well. And I
Look
was
at
like,
your
oh
friend. Hope is not the one that committed suicide.
no, I don't know the person that committed suicide. But like yeah, she's still alive today. Like obviously, yeah. But
So
like yeah, she said that.
the question again, have you thought of committing suicide?
Yeah.
Yes. When did you think of committing suicide?
It was Form 1, so I was like 12, near Ruby's age.
Fantastic. Now, um, did you have a plan then to commit suicide? Or you just
Um,
thought of
I just thought of it, like it like went through my mind and it went out, then it came back. But I could never like really, I couldn't picture myself actually like going to like a bridge or hanging myself on a tree, stuff like that, or even self harm.
Lois, I heard you right now. You are withdrawing a lot from your social things you used to enjoy. I see you're withdrawing a lot. Yes or no?
Yes,
And also, those things that make you happy, they don't really interest you much. Yes or no?
they don't interest me now.
Now, let me ask you again. You have lost interest in activities you usually love to do. Yes or no?
Yes,
Listen, I'm not diagnosing Lois. I'm not a psychiatric consultant, but there are little easy guide you can do yourself just to get to understand your children. Yeah. So can I ask you, do you still eat usually? Do you eat as you used to like eating, or you're not very, how is your appetite?
it came back after like January. It's good. Yeah, it's
Oh,
better.
so when you say it came back, you used to lose, you lost it before.
Yeah.
What about sleep? You see, family, before you answer, what I'm trying to tell you, although I'm asking Lois, is to let you know what you need to look out for from children. What you need to look out from children. How about sleep? How was your sleep there?
It was bad. I would like on a school day, I normally wake up at like I try to wake up later, but 6:45. But I'd be sleeping at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and I would like not. I couldn't stay awake in school. I like had to fight to stay awake in classes.
Wow. Okay, now, what about your physical health? Were you having any physical health issue, pain, headaches, or anything physically?
I would get headaches. I would vomit, and I
Wait,
would get acne. I
sorry, can you repeat again?
would get headaches. I would vomit, and I would get acne.
Wow. Is there any reason for the headache and vomiting?
That was sleep and the depression that I thought wasn't depression because I never thought that me myself could ever have that because it's such a strong word. But people just say it anyhow now these days.
It is a strong word, I agree. People say it carelessly when they are not depressed. When they are depressed, they don't say it. Listen, if I'm tired, I say I'm depressed. If I'm angry, I say I'm depressed. But when I'm depressed, I don't usually say I'm depressed. People don't want to now agree they are depressed. Lois, I think again, I want to say that there is something you said. I can't remember what it was. But parents, please, please, please look out for all the signs in your children. Please, please, please. We can prevent our children from getting from untreated depression. But for Lois, I want to say this, family, because I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm angry. And yes, there are things that can cause us to be angry, depressed, like when we lose loved ones, when we have issues happening in our lives. Yes, that is a reason. Like as I'm listening to Lois now, Lois just went behind the stage. Lois, come back afterwards. As I'm listening to Lois, I'm angry. That is a natural feeling for a very unnatural, a very what will I say? A very difficult situation she is. If you lose your loved one, yes, you can be depressed for that period of time, which is a natural reaction to a very, difficult circumstance. That is not depression if it comes and goes away. However, when a child over a prolonged period of time is undergoing all those things without, yes, she was bullied or she was being racially abused, and it hit her. Like Ruby here said, she came out of it when she talked. But for Lois, for a very long period of time, she buckled it. If she spoke out, we have things like therapies. There are therapies you can do without even needing medical. Yes, if it's like she said, mild, like if it's like all the signs and symptoms, you can do some therapies. Like you engage in activities of daily, exercises, good diet. They teach you how to sleep, things you can do, walking, doing things, associating with friends, making friends, going to like childline and playing games and all those stuff. Even joining NurseAngel's Kiddies Corner. Yes, joining NurseAngel's Kiddies Corner. However, when it is now untreated, remember, if it's mild or like all the symptoms, you can treat it with therapy. Your parents can treat it. Therapy can treat it. You do things with the children. You speak to them. You motivate them. Like Ruby said, she got motivation from family and friends. So she didn't really need the helpline and she came out of it. But when you don't talk about it, or when it's untreated for a long period of time, like I am thinking yours is, you even said it that you went into a kind of severe, to an extent you started having a panic attack. This is undiagnosed, untreated for a period of time. It's now gone off mild to enter moderate or severe. Now you need medical attention. You will be getting the medical attention you require, because ordinary CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and all these therapies may not help you at this stage because of that panic attack and the feeling. How do you feel in your cognition? Does it impair your thoughts, Lois? Does it impair your thoughts?
Yeah, it would give you just like these random thoughts that would like spark out, and like you would just like suicide would always cross your mind, but you wouldn't like feel like doing it because it's really, really serious. Like that is the end. And some people do it because they feel like they can't get help. But it would start to come in your thoughts subconsciously, and you just be thinking about it and even have dreams about it.
Wow, you're even traumatized. Jesus, listen, you are seriously depressed. Lois, I'm sorry, I'm just the disclaimer. I'm not diagnosing you, but from what you said here, listen, you're traumatized. You're dreaming about it. You're having panic attacks. You've gone from normal not eating, not sleeping, feeling empty, feeling sad. You're going into advanced depression. You need medical attention. Cognitive behavioral therapy and everything is not enough at this stage. We will give it to you, but you need additionally to be treated. I asked you because I'm thinking, because most times when you need medication for this depression, medical attention, it can impair on your cognition. And you said yes. It has started impairing on your cognitive ability. Does it come in between your thoughts?
Yes.
Does it make you to not to concentrate attention?
Yes, I have a short attention span.
And this is because of that. Okay, that is it. I will look at the time. We have to close. We'll have a part 3 of this. Honestly, I just came to talk to children. I didn't even know I did not even know you had this. I wanted you to come and talk as a child. So when I ask questions, you will answer as a child. I didn't know you're facing this. I honestly feel so bad about it. Let's read what the family members are saying. Apologies, family. We are going to have a part 3 of this. I will have a part 3. Let me see what the family members are saying. I am so sad. Really needs help. Yeah, I agree. Wow, Madeline, the story will change NurseAngel. Yes, of course. Of course. She will come as a coach next time we come. Lois, this is emotional. That is true. We need to come back for this again. I agree. Thank God for today. Yes. I love practicals. Today's talk show was the bomb and hot. Thank you. Kemi said, so emotional. I agree. Okay, yeah. Okay, ma. Yeah. Correct, ma. Okay. I'm feeling down that I can't even comment. I feel angry. I feel angry and I feel I should fly to you. Honestly speaking, that's how I feel. And I don't like it. Lois, thank you for sharing. Ruby, thank you for kickstarting it. I never knew. I never knew. Again, parents, I want to say, talk to your children. Talk to your children. Take action. One, okay, let me ask you, Ruby, in ending, Ruby, what do you think is a way out of depression? Ruby, what do you think is a way out to get help for depression?
Speak up.
Maybe some people did not hear it. I think I'm the only one that heard it. Ruby, what do you think is a way out of depression?
Speak up.
Speak up. Now, Lois, your question is this. Mute yourself, Ruby. Thank you very much. Lois, your question is this. Some children we know, just like yourself, from what you just told me now, they don't speak up because they don't want their parents to feel bad. They want to show they are good children and others, so they don't speak up. As Ruby said, speak up. Someone is calling me from Poland. Anyway, I won't answer this call. So, Ruby, what do you say to parents of children that don't speak up? What do you think the parents should do? Lois, sorry, Lois, not Ruby. Sorry, Lois.
Oh, you should gradually get your child to do more things to get them active and ask them how their day's
You're talking
been.
about the support. You're talking about how to support a child. My question, I asked Ruby, what does she think is the solution? She says, speak up. Now I'm asking you, children like yourself that don't speak up, yeah, and they are falling down, down, down because depression untreated gets worse. So what do you do? What do you think parents of the children that don't speak up should do to get them to speak up?
Educate them.
Ask question. Ask
Ask
question.
questions.
Thank you very
Yes.
much. We will dance. And Lois, I know formally you like dancing. I know you're low, but I want you to dance. Please dance. The family want to watch you dance. Please, Lois. This is unlike Lois. She says she won't dance. That's fine. We will listen, she says she does not want to dance. We'll give her the privilege today. Look, Ruby, I will take you to the backstage, Lois, because she doesn't want to dance. Ruby, let us dance and close. Yeah? Let's dance and close. And family will come back again next week. Ruby, stand up. Let's dance.
You know, tune into the pure sounds of blues.
Initiating rage process.
I'm unavailable. They know they see me. 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 Sorry for who. won't be my matter, sorry. I'm only human, so pick nobody but I say I carry woman, she na man where I for carry, for calling. I need to not talk, say I be pastor. You know, it is not I got all. I'm on available. They know they see me. 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 I don't have no time, son. Come see me shining. When you go to my IG, shooting my life. I'm a rowdy. She got me going. This friend took all my freedom. Cause I'm straight for the rules. Put your last gotta be banana. I'm a big propeller. Straight for the rules. Put your last gotta be banana. Cause I'm a big propeller. Straight for the rules. Put your last gotta be banana. I'm a big propeller. Straight for the rules. I'm on available, they know they see me. I'm on available, they know they see me. I'm on available, they know.
All right, sit down. Yes, I'll bring you up, Lois. Lois, come let us close. Lois, come let us close. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you. And there is something we usually say. I know you guys may not know it, but you need to learn it. What do we say when we are closing? In our mind, unmute, Ruby.
In our mind, it's always in our mind.
Wow! Go on.
Your destiny is always in your hands.
Lois, can you say it in closing?
What did she say?
Ruby, say it again.
In our mind is always in our mind.
And
your destiny is in your hands.
Yes. So, Lois, this is very important, and I want you to think of it. Your destiny is in your hands. In our mind, talk show should always be in your mind. We'll come back again, Lois and Ruby, next week, Sunday, to continue with where we stopped. Family, they are saying bye-bye. Let me see what they're saying. My step sister or adopted sister, always in our mind is always in my mind. Yes, and they're still dancing. And Ziti said in our mind, always in my mind. So we will be going now. Thank you very much. I love you too, Onyinye. I love you. Take care. Thank you, Ruby. And say bye-bye to the family. You are now a member of In Our Mind family. Say bye-bye to the family. Bye-bye. Bye. Lois is not her usual self. Lois, this is not you. This is not you. You were one time telling me you wanted to be a model. You told me you wanted to be a model. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. But that's fine. We'll help you. Bye-bye. I love you.